Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Guilty Movie Pleasures. In-depth discussion on movies, no matter how guilty they make you feel.
All right, Schmoville, what's happening back here on the Guilty Movie Pleasures show? I'm Josh Macuga alongside my trusty co-host, Mr. Ben Begley, star of Love. It's a motherfucker.
You're going to get it right one of these times. My intro so far has been botched nearly every time. It's fine.
Every time.
It's fine.
And today in studio for the first time ever, Agent Cody Banks, Cody Hall, the intern associate producer of Guilty Movie Pleasures. God damn it, it's good to have you on.
That's how you do an intro, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Now the running joke is I just always botch your intro.
That's your Jimmy Kimmel. That's your Jimmy Kimmel, Matt Damon right there.
Sorry, we'll get it right the next time. We are talking today Starship Troopers.
I thought for a second you forgot. Like you just had a giant brain fart.
That'd be amazing.
We are talking...
Die Hard?
Shit.
Die Hard 2.
Demolition Man. We did that.
Good Burger.
Good Burger.
That was what your one of your first choices was Space Jam.
Yeah, I wanted to do Space Jam.
Which would have been completely ironic because the dude who won the dunk contest this past weekend, it was inspired to play basketball by the movie Space Jam.
I saw that. He had the jersey and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the guy who directed Space Jam is a notorious commercial director who like throws things at people and yells at them and stuff.
Really? Have you worked with this guy?
No, I haven't. I've come close and I'm always so scared. And I don't scare easy. Who am I kidding? I scare really easy.
I almost left the theater when I saw the trailer for Insidious 3. I was like, I don't want to be in a dark place right now. I hate it.
I'm out. I love that stuff though.
Let's get into it. So, you know, this is, since we started this show, I feel like this is maybe the most highly requested movie.
Absolutely it is. Yeah.
Every time I tweet something like we're doing Predator, like, what are you doing, Starship Troopers? I'm like, all right, we'll get to Starship
calm
Troopers.
down. We'll do it. We got to build up to it.
Christ, you don't lead off with...
No, you don't lead off with your number one, then you have nowhere to go.
Right, exactly. That's why Leonard Skinner always closes with Freebird.
Yeah.
Okay? Just saying.
Although Muse opened with Knights of Sidonia one time, and I was like, where do they go from here? And then it got even better.
I don't know who that is or what that song is, but congratulations, Ben.
No one's gonna take me alive. It sounds worse when I sing it, but they sound better when they do.
Does Journey cover it ever?
No, they came out after Journey.
Oh, okay.
You don't know who Muse is?
I'm sure I do. I don't know.
Twitter, somebody tweet at Josh Macuga a song of Muse.
After 92, I was done with music.
Just grunge era, you were done. You were like,
that was it.
Nirvana's it for me.
No, I didn't even like them. I was like, you know, once you go and you go on the now stations and the 90s songs are classic rock, I'm like, hey, idiots. Classic rock has nothing to do with Starship
Troopers. I agree with you, though. I agree. No.
Find a way to segue this.
Yes.
Back in.
What I will say, though, is
speaking of
I
classics,
didn't give up movies after 97. If anything, I got more inspired by this movie, Starship Troopers. Here's what I remember from this movie. I didn't see it in the theater. I know that.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Did you see it in the theater?
I saw it on TV first time.
Okay.
He was -3 years old when it came out, probably.
-4.
-4. We're much older than Cody.
Cody, if you couldn't tell by his face, we are a lot older.
We got Michael Cera in the room. Come on.
I got a full beard here, guys.
He hasn't shaved for years.
I've been growing this for 20 years.
I see one hair peeking out.
He's like when they bring in the new recruits after they've.
You are the new recruits.
I'm the little kid in the beginning who's like, I'm doing my part.
And we all just go.
And then the soldiers go to a lake and they're like, you want to touch our giant machine guns and hold these bullets? Yeah. What the fuck?
It's not too far off from what really happens in this world.
So I remember when the trailer for this first came out, everybody was like, this is going to be the greatest movie of all time. I mean, because the trailer made it look incredible.
Which it is. You're building it up as if it's not.
Because the reason why it's a guilty movie pleasure is because nothing holds up in it.
Some of the special effects.
Special effects, super.
I'm saying strictly on plot line.
Oh, yeah. They throw in every war movie cliche imaginable into one movie where it's like, you got to whip the hero because he messed up, and yet he's still able to.
If you watch close enough, they intercut a scene of Denzel Washington in Glory.
Like a Fight Club flash moment. I noticed that.
So the first time you saw this was in the theater?
It was in the theaters, yeah. And I remember I was blown away. the bug stuff, I'd never seen anything like that, where the action scenes in this are so extended and go on for
it's $100 million movie.
It goes on for a really long time, and I feel like the special effects hold up really well still. Like
and
none
of that money was spent on acting classes.
No, but specifically, I know I always bring this up, but I was a sheltered teenager, so when that shower scene happened, I was like, holy shit.
I think when that shower scene happened, everybody was like, whoa.
Last night when I watched this, I finally heard what they all said. I'm like, oh, they're actually like saying pseudo-important exposition, but all I could focus on is, dude, get out of the way. There's boobs behind you. There's boobs behind you.
Boobs. And all I think I was most disappointed is that shower scene took place in the mobile infantry where Denise Richards was nowhere to be found.
That's another bullshit thing.
Because then a couple of years later, she does Wild Things. She's getting three-way banged by Neve Campbell and Matt Dillon.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, like ultimate blue balls of movies, you know? And that when she whispers in Casper Van Dien's ear, Johnny Rico's ear, my parents aren't home.
No, just her father.
Oh, my father's not home, you know?
Her mom's out of the picture real soon.
Yeah, she has daddy issues. So, but yeah, she whispers, my father's not home, and you're like, yeah! And then you're like, what?
It just cuts to his stupid family?
Come on!
Yeah, just show some boobs.
His dad talking about Harvard, and they live in Buenos Aires. It's
everybody gets into Harvard, apparently.
And apparently in the future, in this weird utopian/dystopian society, Harvard's still a big deal. Even though you live in Buenos Aires.
And everybody speaks English perfectly in Buenos Aires. There's no Latino-looking people except for the guy that's got the mustache, the coined token Mexican guy mustache in the mobile infantry. And nobody else is from Buenos Aires.
And he's the only one not afraid when the ship is the first landing on their first invasion. He's the one going, woo, yeah! And everybody else is like, oh,
and then he walks off the ship and he's the first one to get clipped.
Well, yeah, because we'll get to that. Yeah. We'll get to that. But it's that classic action movie cliche where it's like one guy gets too cocky and he's like, you like that? You like it? Play a drinking game with how many times somebody fires 100 rounds into a bug going, you like that? You like that? You want some more? You want some more? It's like, did you guys realize you did that like 40 times in this movie?
And again, I think, first of all, JT, can you do me a favor? Can you start this clock? Because we need the clock for the 5-minute breakdown.
Oh, I do want to know when Cody, did we ask Cody, did I black out for this?
Yeah, we haven't asked
when
him
he first saw it?
First time you saw it.
Okay, I thought I just had a fever dream when I was in here and forgot.
It's okay. I saw it for the first time, I think I was like 8 or 9.
Nice. Good parents.
And I was so confused.
8 or 9?
I was like 8 or 9 when
Did your parents know you were watching it?
I don't think so. I think it was on like HBO or something.
Okay.
But you still saw titties.
I saw titties at 8 or 9.
I love that. That's all. We're total products of the 80s because that's still a big deal to us. Kids nowadays, it's like, I got it on my phone.
Yeah.
It's too easy nowadays.
Back in the day when the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, there was like a glimpse of a nipple and you were I'm keeping that page.
Okay, sidebar, Cody. Sorry about that. Did you ever, this is a really ridiculous memory I have.
Sheltered kid from Ohio.
Sheltered kid from Ohio. When the swimsuit issue came out, I would go act like I was reading video game magazines while my mom grocery shopped, and I would put the swimsuit issue in the video game magazine and hold it up like this. And read it, and then she'd come by and be like, okay, it was just, that's how we had to sneak it back then.
I know. Like back Victoria's Secret catalog, if you came home from school and you got the mail first from Victoria's Secret
boom.
Under the bed,
sorry, it's gone.
Under the mattress, that's where it's
Nowadays, you kids have it too easy.
I know.
Cody, you had it too easy probably too.
You jerk.
Anyways, when 8 or 9, sorry.
Yeah, and like I was so confused as a kid because there are moments of just greatness in this, but back then I didn't really know what campy was. Like I just saw cool stuff happening. So when someone takes a helmet off and gets their head blown off, I was scared shitless. I was like, what the? This was so
Keep your helmet on!
This was the coolest laser tag battle that's going on. Its head's off. And it was a good time.
Good. And if you're 8 or 9 and the first time you see Starship Troopers, I'll be honest with you. After the first time I saw Starship Troopers, which I didn't see in the theater, but I saw it pretty much immediately afterwards. And I don't like bugs at all. I hate them. Yeah. And every time I smash a bug now, I think they could be coming back to get me.
They're coming back.
Days, the arachnid planet.
These giant Klendathu.
There's never a mention. We can get into plot holes afterwards because this movie has a plethora of plot holes.
I have 3 pages of notes.
We'll probably get to like the first half of them.
Yeah, 3 pages of notes.
All right, so we have 5 seconds. Let's do the plot in under 5 minutes. Are you guys ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, opens they're fighting the things. The opening scene they're fighting, and then Johnny gets killed 1 year earlier.
You think he's killed? Yeah, 1 year earlier. We get this awesome exposition thing with kind of like a commercial thing. They're like, would you like to know more? Everybody join in the fight because these bugs, boom, they're gonna kill us. This kind of propaganda war thing, boom. Then we get to
it was from the original Windows Apple II GS too as well.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we go to we basically go to the high school setting, which
Buenos Aires Educational Center.
It took me 20 minutes to figure out that they were in high school, by the way. Anyways, so then
they look 30.
They're in high school. They're doing some little flirtation stuff back and forth. You get the little love thing that Diz is in love with Rico, but Rico's...
like where Cody went to school, they didn't have notes. They had to do it via iPad.
Yeah, via iPad.
I'm not that young. Anyway, so then they're dissecting this bug thing, and then they're taking it apart, and Denise Richards throws up, I think, and then they start graduating.
And Dizzy's like,
what?
What bitch. Go.
And then, he wants to go be a Marine, but his parents don't want him to be. They want him to stay and stuff.
Go to Harvard.
Go to Harvard.
Yeah, you're not going to do that. But then it cuts straight to the football game, and he's the greatest football player.
Which, by the way, he has some Teen Wolf moves, which we'll get to later, where apparently his...
Blatantly, there's a trampoline that's just been cut out of the shot, because no person can jump that high.
No person on the planet can do that. So it's the world's most ridiculous and the shortest football. Apparently, in the future, football is the size of a basketball court.
A titanium-plated Nerf Vortex football. They wear hockey helmets instead of football helmets, and the ground is just painted cement.
Yeah.
The field that's not turf.
Seems real dangerous.
Really dangerous.
Real dangerous for high school, at least.
What his team wins, and then Xander,
there's a prom like thing.
Radish Head. Yeah. Prom thing.
We'll get to Radish Head.
Prom thing. Dad's not going to be home. We think we're going to see a bang scene between Denise Richards and Xander Troy, Johnny Rico, and we don't. Johnny Rico's like, listen, I'm doing this. F you, Dad. F you, Mom. I'm walking out.
We're in military training now.
Military training.
Here we go. So now Denise Richards is off doing all these boring flight training scenes, which I kind of fast forwarded through. And then
fly in a box.
Best thing. So then Rico keeps getting promoted every time somebody dies throughout the training. And there's this really tough drill sergeant guy. Do you get me?
And he's the head guard in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then anyways, there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the training. There's a nude shower scene. It builds up to where they get live ammo.
Yeah.
And then of course that's the one time where this guy, my helmet's all messed up, sir, and he's like, let me see it. Like
it didn't annoy him until that point.
You would ever take a helmet off when bullets are flying, and then she's like, get it together, and she gets hit by a laser and goes, ah, and happens to blow off his head, and then the best line ever, medic! Medic! As if a medic could do anything.
Then Buenos Aires gets exploded.
Oh, yeah.
And then then he gets really mad because he was going to quit at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
He changes his mind because his whole family's dead, I think.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say, kill them all!
Right.
And then they go in it, so then they basically do the first invasion scene, so now we're back at the beginning opening sequence with the reporter, and you see what happened.
Yeah.
Then he ends up getting injured in that, and a bunch of the other guys die.
He gets eaten, and then he gets, filled back up.
No, he gets his leg. Just his leg.
Yeah, but it cuts and he's getting eaten by a thing.
No, he isn't.
It was just the camera.
No. The camera got eaten, not him. It's all right.
Rico?
No, Rico didn't get eaten.
Okay.
Anyway, so then he's in that like water chamber, and they're like
45 seconds.
They're like 3 more days, which is a long time to be in a water chamber.
Yeah.
And then so they go to this other. They go back to to find out this other recon mission.
25 seconds.
Okay, where there's the flying bugs and there's this massacre. Dina Myers dies. They go back up. They figure out that they have to go back in for one more assault where they find the brain bug, and then they capture the brain bug. They realize we have a leg up on them. We figured out how they fight.
The reason why is because they're sucking brains out of people's head, and they suck Xander's brain out of his head, and they throw like a remote nuke which you can run away from, and
apparently
you can outrun a nuclear blast. They go back up. Neil Patrick Harris is like, do you want to know more about how you're going to learn?
He's a psychic, by the way.
Yeah, he's
the only one in the movie.
And then at the end they're like, when us 3 are together, it seems like everything's going to be okay. Boom. Scene. 5 minutes.
I think we were even a second early. Kill them all! By the way.
And in typical Guilty Movie Pleasures fashion, we were very detailed until the end when we were not detailed. And the most important plot points should have been discussed.
Yeah, because let's face it, the first hour of this movie is trying in parts. There's some really awesome stuff, and then there's some really I'm
sorry I'm late. My dad was helping me pack because he thinks he's never going to see me
There's a lot of exposition.
Smash you in a plane and you're getting hurled at by bug juice.
Yeah.
Bomb things.
It's just, but then the second hour and 10 minutes makes up for it so much.
Yeah.
Because it's just nonstop from that moment forward. But I remember even as a kid when I was watching it in theaters being like, why the hell are they spending so much time in school? It's like once they get to the military training, it's awesome. Yeah. It's all the school shit that takes forever. But the
whole school thing is like 20 minutes of a movie.
It's like almost 30. It's brutal. And you're just like
the micro arena football thing?
The arena football thing
I'd love to see that spinoff.
I love when they cut to what Buenos Aires looks like, and it just looks like the front page of the book, The Metropolis. It's just metal buildings that all look like the Chrysler building. Like, oh, Buenos Aires now is oh crap! Then everybody speaks English. Forget about the fact that we used to speak Spanish. Everybody.
Maybe it's a social commentary there, where the world gets whitewashed in the dystopian future.
Yeah, but we never learn why being a civilian is different from being a citizen.
Yeah.
And his parents like, you want to be a citizen that bad? He's like, well, are you guys citizens? Because are they civilians?
And they say citizens give you power and
you can have babies if you're a citizen. So what are civilians doing? They're just banging on the side.
There's a lot of stuff that's said that's not really explained. Where it's like, wait, you have to have a card or be approved to have babies. So there's a lot of stuff that's like crammed in, and I wish they would have explained more of that and less of the bullshit like lovey-dovey romance stuff.
Dissecting a giant beetle that was,
which they never even. Which that's Blanche from the Golden Girls in that, the blind woman.
Blind Blanche. Yeah,
that's what happened. You know why?
Still hot.
You know why she got the syphilis and went blind. From all her whoring it up in the Golden Girls days. Can you go blind from syphilis? I don't know.
I think that's one of the things that happens to you. Guys, tweet at us, at Josh Macuga, at Ben Begley.
Tell us if you can go blind from...
can you go blind from syphilis?
Can you go blind from syphilis? Oh, syphilis. Hashtag, oh, syphilis.
Hashtag oh Nana. Hashtag oh syphilis.
Hashtag dirty Blanche. Yeah. But my favorite, one of my favorite moments in the beginning is where when Michael Ironside, what's his name, Ratjack, Colonel Ratjack or something.
Yeah, Ratcheck
sounds right.
Ratcheck. They say it a billion times and I never understood it. But I could have IMDb'd it, but I was lazy.
He's a Polish. It's one of the Slavic countries' names.
When he has that fake, when he has the limp arm, the amputated arm.
You know what sucks about that when that happens to you is you can never throw bows. Thanks, guys. I'll be here all week. You guys can see me next time.
What I was going to say is...
I'm out.
Before now, where like they just put a green sleeve on you and they green screen it out, so it looks like a normal body. Back in the 90s, it's like his right side is just gigantic. You know, his left side's normal, and his right side's gigantic, and then he's got this weird limb hanging out. So he looks like a Goomba from the Mario Brothers movie. You remember those? The lizard creatures? That's a guilty movie pleasure. Bless you, JT. I don't know if anyone back home could hear that.
Don't you have a sneeze mic? God dang it.
Damn it.
All right, let's. I want to play the first sound clip of them talking about the pact. I think it's maybe the last sound clip you played.
Talked
JT,
about this.
Yeah.
I'm crossing off things.
Let's make a vow.
Yeah.
No matter what, we'll always be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I'll go for that.
Rico's in.
Here comes MPH.
Chances are we'll never see each other again. We'll be millions of light years away from each other. But, yeah, sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
That's a great... Yeah, sure. Why not?
And if you notice in this movie, he speaks with his teeth clenched really well. He's like, well, we'll probably be 8 years away from each other. And,
I didn't even notice that. I got to rewatch it now.
What? Why not?
Why not? He looks way more like Doogie Howser than he does Barney in this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
the worst.
super Doogie.
Yeah. And all of the military outfits in this and everything, Nazis.
Oh yeah, well
it's
that's
Nazi Germany.
Well, yeah, but that's
black. He's wearing the black hat.
He's
he
total
looks like
SS.
Hydra.
Yeah, but that's
even the lightning bolts on the shoulder are SS lightning bolts.
From what I've read, though, a little bit, the book itself really shows the Roughnecks and all that as more Nazi. They're supposed to be like as far as I know. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Twitter.
The book says it's
because
about what
the book is more about like Nazis and like genocide and things like that. Like we commit a bug genocide in the book.
Director Paul Verhoeven admits never finishing the novel, claiming he read through the first few chapters and became both bored and depressed. AKA, the book stinks. I'm going to make my own movie about killing bugs. Okay.
Well, also, Paul Verhoeven is known for being kind of a maniac.
Yeah, okay. All right. Paul Verhoeven.
I do have a friend who worked on this in the special effects department, and he said they were literally rewriting the script every day. Like they get new pages every day, to the point where at the end of the movie, there was not a single white page left, which for people at home who aren't in the industry, white pages are the original pages, and then whenever you get a new page, it's like yellow, pink, whatever. By the end, it was like a rainbow of colors. It was like not a single original page existed, which it shows at parts.
I mean, they're just like, what? Rico, you know what to do. Okay, I think... okay, first of all, I think it'd be a lot easier to kill the bugs if you just kept bombing them.
That's what I was thinking too. Why are they using these guns?
Why are they? Well, I mean, that's also, not to get all, that's a little social commentary about throwing the infantry, just how expendable they are.
Yeah.
You know, like where they do throw the bombs down in the one scene and then they go to clean up, but they're like so buried deep in this planet that you'd have to blow up the entire planet, which is kind of their goal eventually.
Build the Death Star, and they can just...
Yes. No, I'm just saying, like, keep going in there and be like, oh, here comes the bugs, and then just send in some friggin' sweet-ass planes, and then the infantry goes in there and, like, maybe takes care of some other bugs instead of an entire bug population. Yeah. Like, oh, we need to go find the brain bug. Great. Okay, we need to find the brain bug. He's not coming out on his own, so all we'll do is kill a bunch of his infantrymen with planes, and then we'll dig in and we'll find
which
the
they
brain
kind of
bug.
do finally in the end. But the biggest problem I had is that they never, in the training sequence, actually train them to fight bugs.
No.
They're shooting, like... Each other and cardboard cutouts of humans. And Neil Patrick Harris, his character halfway through the movie is like, this is how you kill a bug. Shoot for the brain stem or whatever. Yeah. And then throughout the entire rest of the movie, they never do that. No. It's like they just shoot 400 bullets. First of all, those guns have 1 million bullets.
How many can you carry? Yeah.
And second of all...
And the only time they run out, they're like, oh, we got to run out in this scene. And Dizzy, and Dizzy at one point is like, or Izzy, whatever. Dizzy?
Diz.
Yeah, Diz. Diz is like, I'm out. She's been in there trying to communicate the whole time. She hasn't even shot a bullet. Oh, yeah. She's the worst.
She just had half. She was like, oh shit, I only brought my half 1,000 clips.
Shucks.
But that's what they do the whole time. Like their strategy. Here's Rico's strategy, which this is the biggest plot hole for me in the movie, is his strategy every time when they're like, what do we do? And Ace, Jake Busey's character's like, I don't know.
And Ace, Jake Busey's character, he shoots the gun kind of like it's a noodle, like a pool noodle.
He shoots it kind of like Arnold in Commando.
Yeah.
I got so excited about that I totally fucked up my microphone. But no, the what I was gonna say though is that Rico's strategy throughout the entire movie is just looks at everybody and goes, kill them all, and you're like, well, no shit.
Yeah, it's not like they're coming in to talk. They're bugs. Of course you're gonna kill them. Like the guy's like, open fire. You should have opened fire 15 seconds ago. You stupid
That's
idiots.
the strategy. And on top of that, the thing I mentioned before in our giant plot mishmash is that he keeps getting promoted just because people die. There's he doesn't ever earn it. There's nothing his character...
And all his guys are like, you know who deserves to get promoted?
Rico. When they're like, Rico's roughnecks, you're like, what did he do? He literally has done nothing heroic.
Just survived.
Until the bug rodeo scene.
Okay, speaking of giant bugs with huge shoulders, ladies and gentlemen on the phone, his first time calling into the program. He's one of my favorite people in the world. He's from the city of Orange. Is that where he's from?
I don't know who this is.
Brea.
Do I know him?
He's Brea. His name is Christian Rubalcaba, a.k.a. the Cobbster.
The Cobbster.
You met him at Comic-Con.
Yeah, okay.
He's a handsome guy, grows a hell of a beard.
Just like me.
Loves the Babadook. He's a big fan of all the Godfather films.
Why do you give everyone a better intro than me?
I knew that was coming.
What the fuck? JTE gets a better intro than me.
Ladies and gentlemen on the phone, the Cobbster.
Someone just made a big goddamn mistake.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sound clips.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
So you haven't wanted to call into the show yet, and today's the day you wanted to call in for Starship Troopers?
You have no idea. Like, everyone's childhood, it's Toy Story, it's Point Break, it's Starship Troopers for me.
Yeah.
Starship Troopers. This is not only one of the first rated R films that I've ever seen. It's one of the first films I've seen boobs in, which is every kid's dream when they're young. Yeah. And it's, you know what? It's not a guilty movie pleasure because it's a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece of a science fiction film. This is, I tell people this all the time. It's not just a badass action movie. It's one of the greatest comedies of all time. It is so much fun.
It really, really is. Biggest plot hole for you, Cobbster, in the movie? Biggest plot hole?
I've always been interested in like what the bugs are trying to do. Aside from the fact that they just want to kill humans, like what did we ever do to them? Like I know they always showed like the clips and the whole propaganda stuff where we're squishing bugs and everything. Is that why? Are they just pissed off, or are they just alien monsters that just want to kill everybody? And then what's with the blue farts that go up in the sky? I don't know what that is.
The blue farts are real deadly.
Those are anti-aircraft guns made by bugs. And apparently they travel just slow enough that our giant planes, ships can't avoid them. Yeah. They're like, here comes the blue
Denise
thing.
Richards.
Stay where you are.
Except Denise Richards, she's the only one.
Well, she's the greatest pilot in the fleet. Yeah. So there's that.
And I know you guys are disappointed about the whole Denise Richards never getting naked. There are actually some deleted scenes on YouTube that you can find that are really bizarre and make her more of a bitch than she really is in the actual movie.
She naked him?
You know how she doesn't get naked. She gets in a bra. It's like the closest. Like literally right after Rico dies, her and Xander, one of the biggest douchebags in all of cinema history. They actually do it in the deleted scenes. They don't show it, but it's afterwards, and you see her in a bra, so that's pretty cool. But there's actually one weird deleted scene where Casper Van Diem and Denise Richards make out in a park, and he's like filling her up in the middle of the park. People just walking around,
and he's banging her
tit like nothing.
What?
Great.
I gotta watch more of my Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I haven't even scratched the surface.
Holy,
incredible!
Wow, Cobbster really opening her eyes here.
You do bring up a good point though that we were talking about before the show, which is that Xander is there's nothing, at least in most movies, when there's like another love interest.
Old radish head Xander.
First off, we were talking about how his head looks like the bottom of a mop that's just been cut off and shoved on his head.
What is that haircut?
It's like, I get the whole messy cool boy, but that's just like, it looks like a dead animal on his head.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, they never once do anything to make him likable, ever. Like maybe the end when he goes, someday somebody like me is going to come here and fuck you all up. It's like, but that's not even really that likable.
So the one line that he says that pisses me off every time, that makes me want to just punch my little brothers in the face, is when he says, "Oh, it's fair, love and war." Like, no, it is
not true.
It pisses me off every time.
That is proven false.
We're playing indoor Nerf Vortex football right now. All's fair in love and war is not correct, and you can't take a guy out off the line, you idiot. I don't know what sport they're playing. It's trampoline football. It's like rhythmic gymnastics football.
King douche. And that whole thing where that fight scene's so great where he's like, it's like such a WWE fight scene where he's like elbowing him, but it's it's so like what do you call it? Not shadow. Were you pulling his elbow? Like it's clear, and it just goes on forever. And,
stage combat.
Yeah, it's total stage combat, and then they go get tattoos afterwards because that's what I do when I fight my.
No, when I was young, I wanted a tattoo really, really bad, and I still might get it.
You step from above. The one thing though I will bring up though is that Dina Myers. This is a big problem I have with the movie is she is so much more likable than Denise Richards. So when it has that typical cliche in 90s action movies where it's like you bring up another love interest for each character, then you conveniently kill both of them off so they can be together in the end.
Yes.
And I would rather him be with Diz from the beginning. Diz is way cooler and way more suited for Johnny Rico.
Diz looks insanely hot at the Buenos Aires Educational Arts Last Dance Prom Last Dance Dance.
Diz is way hotter, way cooler. She's a badass.
She's always into wanting to bang. She just walks right into that shower and she's like, taking off my top, check out these tits. And you're like, yeah, Diz getting it on. And then she like then she nipple rapes Johnny Rico.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Instead of going, she's like, make out. Who's getting their nipple licked? Yeah, Diz is in the house, aka Nipple McDizzyson.
And I like nipple McDizzyson. I also think that sex scene is super weird where like you know that they thought it was like cute and sexy when the shirt goes over her head and gets stuck, but then they leave it there forever, and he's like still making out with her, and it gets like a little 50 Shades of Grey.
Like, I'm gonna rape your mouth, and you can't do anything about it because you can't see. Yeah. Here's some nipples in your mouth.
P.S. I've never seen or read 50 Shades of Grey. I just assume that's what it's like.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Cobbster, we're gonna play some sound clips. You want to take part in the old sound clip adventure?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. JT, let's play Rico's
Nipple McWhat?
Nipple McDizzyson.
Nipple McDizzyson.
Okay, let's play the Rico Kill 'Em All.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill 'em all. Yeah.
Let's play that one more time.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill 'em all. Yeah.
All right, let's just suspend belief here for a second and say that we're all from Buenos Aires.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, everybody gets one chance here to make this. Something happened in your life in Buenos Aires. What happened in Buenos Aires to make you want to say, I'm from Buenos Aires, kill 'em all? JT, let's play the clip one more time.
God.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill 'em all.
Okay, wait, before we go into this, if anybody notices, Cobbster's voice intonation sounds exactly like Johnny Rico. They have the same voice. Johnny, hey, Cobbster, can you just say that for us real quick?
I practiced his voice many times. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you something. My name is Johnny Rico. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I said kill them all.
Oh my God!
I don't want to yell too much, no matter what.
Casper Van Dien, is that you?
Kill them all.
All right, Cody, what happened to you? What happened to you in Buenos Aires that would make you say kill them all?
Well, me and JT were playing Madden in Buenos Aires, and I was destroying him, and he was whining, and I said,
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all.
Well done.
I had some seared beef in Buenos Aires, and I got the finger cuffs of stomach bugs. And as I was doing both, I yelled out,
The bugs. Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all.
Actually, I guess that would make me want to kill everybody in Buenos Aires instead of.
Buenos Aires.
I fucked up the game.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of anybody from Brazil, and I know that people in Buenos Aires hate people from Brazil. So I say,
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all.
I was actually at a Justin Bieber concert in Brazil one time, and they really pissed me off, all of his fans, and I said,
The bugs. Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all.
okay, JT, can you play the creepiest laugh ever?
Oh God,
for
this
us,
is
real
great.
quick. Okay, that scene is when they're killing the bugs. The kids are killing the bugs.
Stomping on the cockroaches.
Stomping on the cockroaches.
You can do your part too.
Killing bugs, and it cuts to the mom, and she's doing this. JT?
Which, by the way, did PETA come in and say like, "Hey, you killed real cockroaches"? Because those are they're clearly killing real cockroaches.
And why are there just a bunch of cockroaches in a suburban street? They're just always around?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen several in my life.
I know, but not like grouped together and kids are like, run out and kill these giant cockroaches. Okay, play that laugh one more time, JT. All right, this time, Cobbster, we'll stay with you. This is gonna be hard. Yeah, creepiest thing to make you laugh. Go ahead.
With the laugh.
Yeah.
I one time spit in JT's burger. He had no idea, and I...
Why don't you try your burger? I one time did a lot of trippy drugs in Joshua Tree, and I thought I saw a squirrel talking to me, and I started laughing like... Yeah.
I actually sat through Seventh Son, and in the middle of the movie, I went... The movie was terrible.
Cody, wrap us up here.
One time I got to host the whole Schmo show by myself, and I was just sitting there like...
There we go. Well done, Cody. All right, Shoulders. I want to appreciate you I appreciate you calling in because I really do. I think you're one of the best around.
Thanks, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
And
you guys got to talk about more Starship Troopers. Even if you have to do it again, do a remake of it. Doesn't matter. We do so much.
Do Starship Troopers 3. We'll do that one.
We're gonna reboot and Starship Troopers 4: The Legend of Johnny Rico's Kids.
Gosh. Stay away from those sequels. Thank you guys so much for having me on here.
All right, brother.
Thanks
You
for
can
being
call
on,
back
man.
anytime, Cobbs. Anytime.
All right. Shoulders out.
Shoulders out. I was gonna say I love the when they're shooting the bugs halfway through the movie because they never really reveal a ton of what the bug goo look. Suddenly halfway through the movie it looks like Double Dare slime. When the guys not very much once they don't look like much once you scrape them off your boot.
Yeah.
And the dude from The Wire and Walking Dead, and he has just like neon green all over him.
Not even wiping it off.
And then when Rico blows up, it does the football thing. Because that's where he got his skills from,
Yes.
And he has like just neon orange.
By the way, the game is never the name of the game has never been said.
No,
so we could make up our own name. Yeah,
really?
it's not called football. It's like you gonna be at the big game tonight.
You can be at the big game. Cement death ball. What would it be called?
That's it.
Cement death ball.
Death ball.
That's what it is.
Okay. Now you guys might. I'm gonna state my point here.
Okay, state your point.
Okay. At the beginning of the movie, Rico gets the thing through the leg, and then it cuts, and he's about to. He is eaten by a thing because it said he's killed in action. He's killed in action.
Yeah, but that was a mistake.
No, he's killed in action because the bug looks like it fully eats him. Dude, the camera, it cuts to the camera.
The one guy, the new general, saved him or whatever.
Yes. Okay, so
Michael
the guy
Ironside
saved him out, but they throw. So why don't they save everybody and throw them in the magical green goo, and they can save their bodies?
Because he wasn't. It was just his leg. If you know he's
getting crushed.
No, in the magical green goo, they only show him repairing his leg. Everything else is fine.
Yeah, he saved him just before the bug.
Just before the bug.
Guys, if you think that I'm right in this situation, please tweet at Josh Macuga, hashtag it Titty McNippleson.
They do these twice. They do this twice because then there's that other scene, arguably, where Denise Richards, where they get hit in the cockpit and they show flames engulf the camera, and then the next scene she has a cut. So they do that a lot. It's just poor filmmaking in those moments where it's like, or leading the audience to believe something else. But he doesn't get eaten, I promise you.
I got to back the guys up here, man. I remember the movie pretty well. He just got hit in the leg, and that was it.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
Let's play another awesome sound clip.
Is it hot in here today?
Really hot
it's super hot in this. If we look sweaty, it's not because we're nervous. It's
I got one from the last one.
Okay.
I used to have this little toy doll. It was a clown, and in the middle of the night, I would wake up and it looked at me and would be like, nightmares.
I'm pretty sure in the movie Annabelle, the doll made the noise.
I think the first time I saw Dumb and Dumber, the whole movie, I was just...
Definitely the first time I saw Billy Madison, and he was like, he called a shit poop. I was like...
Yep, nailed it. We got some other sound clips in here, don't we? We got to kill them all.
Yeah, what else you want?
What's the general or the lieutenant says, Rico, you know what to do. Play that one.
Oh, it's really badly ADR'd in the movie too.
Oh yeah.
Rico, you know what to do.
When he says it though, his mouth doesn't match. If you watch it, his mouth is like, it's like they ADR'd it after.
Japanese Godzilla kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gojira.
Let's play that one more time.
Rico, you know what to do.
Okay. Now we're gonna transpose movies. Okay.
Okay.
Johnny Utah, his brother,
okay.
Johnny Rico.
Okay.
They're different. There's half brothers, different dads.
Yeah. Okay,
so
the dad's name was Johnny.
Yes. Now
and really egomaniacal and just wanted.
Right now, Johnny Utah he's fighting with the guys, and he and Rico are having this thing. And now, what does Johnny Utah tell Rico to do right before he does?
I'm so confused on what you mean.
Too. I don't know what that's all right.
What does Johnny Rico tell Johnny Utah to do right before he does the thing? Go. Improv magic is going to happen
right now. All right, you're Rico.
Okay.
You know what to do. Totally different scene. Go.
Okay. Wait, what?
So here's a scene for you. I go to Yogurtland. They don't have peanut butter. They don't have the peanut butter flavor.
Yeah. Johnny Rico's behind the counter.
Yeah.
And you look at him and you say,
Rico, you know what to do.
Go get the peanut butter.
And then he goes to Pinkberry and gets you peanut butter. Comes back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cody?
All right. I'm taking a dump and there's no toilet paper. And then Rico walks in and I say,
Rico, you know what to do.
Yeah, he goes to get you toilet paper.
That's all he does.
Okay.
Should I put wasabi with my sushi?
Rico, you know what to do.
When I found out I missed DVRing the first 18 minutes of an episode of Agent Carter, Rico walked in my living room and I looked at him and I said,
You know what to do.
And I love that there's a little bit of a at the end of that sound clip.
Rico, you know what to do is incredible.
I was eating a piece of bok choy and the big end of it flapped down and I started choking on it. And
Rico was your waiter?
Through my gasps, the waiter Rico came back over and I said,
Rico, you know what to do.
JT.
And then he gave me the Heimlich.
He knew what to do.
Yeah, he did know what to do.
JT, what do you got?
Oh my god, hold on. So I went in the hot tub time machine and saw this Latin singer whose name was Suave. And he goes, I don't know what to call myself. And I said,
Rico, you know what to do.
Well done, JT.
Well done. I see it.
Bring that back.
How do we top that?
That we don't. I think we go to a next sound clip. JT, what else we got in there?
What else we got?
Brain bugs. Frankly, I find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive.
I just think that's a funny sound clip.
I also think that it's just a precursor to what Fox News has become.
Yes, yeah. The he's such a hokey, campy thing, and it's just like point, counterpoint, and then they just start yelling at each other like Anchorman 2.
But what's great is that it's clearly a satirical scene, and that's what Shoulders was saying, is that this is like a really good comedy. It's intentional. That's the thing, though. I was reading that Paul Verhoeven, he cast like super pretty people that weren't necessarily the
Mark
best.
Mark Wahlberg originally turned down the role of Johnny Rico.
But he cast intentionally pretty people that weren't necessarily the best actors because he was spoofing kind of like it was like kind of a satire on the TV shows of the time, like Beverly Hills 90210, but it was also a satire on war movies and like so it has a lot of stuff. Paul Verhoeven's work always even his weirdest films that you can't really stomach, like Showgirls and Hollow Man, have the weirdest social commentary. RoboCop, to me, this has more influences. It's like RoboCop meets Star Wars with bugs.
More ammunition was used in this film than in any previous movie. Why didn't they just have flamethrowers? Why didn't they just have, like, when they had to resort to the shotgun seemed like it was way more effective than the gun.
Walk around with that.
Well, also, this movie plays out like a video game where each time they go somewhere, you find out a new bug that somehow no one knew about yet. Like, they only tell you about the like arachnid ones, and then there's the flying ones, there's the giant ones that stink bugs that shoot fire too.
Yeah.
So apparently, but also wait, if they shoot fire, I thought that orange stuff that Rico's shooting would be lava or something.
That's a good
so
point.
why doesn't when it sprays on Rico, he's not like and he melts away dead? Like, why doesn't that happen?
We had that sound clip. If only we had that sound. What's our next sound clip, JT? Let's do a couple more because we got to get out of here.
I sure hope you don't do anything like that to me. Don't be afraid. Can't do human. Yet.
Okay, that has, again, no improv. That's just a weird quote.
It's a weird quote. Super weird.
Neil
quote.
Patrick Harris is super weird and dark. In that dance scene when he like pulls up to Disney, he's like,
oh yeah, I was just gonna say he does a total, and then she just laughs it off. But he looks like this is his precursor to Gone Girl.
Yeah,
it's totally a precursor to his character in Gone Girl.
JT, I think we have like 1 or 2 more sound clips. What do we got?
We're keeping our show tight this week.
Tight. We got 4 minutes to go.
Last week was a.
Bugs whacked his chum.
Wait, play that again.
Goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
One more time, guys.
Goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
Goddamn bug whacked his Johnny. That's after they find out that Buenos Aires has been toppled. Okay, JT, let's play that one more time. Go ahead.
Goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
This is going to be the best. We're going out on this.
When I found out that I had a moth infestation in my, and I had to throw out all my Cheerios and cereal and chips and everything in my cupboard, I turned to my wife and I said,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
When I was driving, I got hit by a swarm of bees on my windshield. I said,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
When I saw that we had gotten a DVD copy of A Bug's Life, and then we opened it and there was no DVD in there, I thought,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
that's more Pixar that whacked you. One time I remember I went out on my neighbor's motorcycle for the first time, and I was scared, so I was yelling. I was like, ah! And a bug went right into my throat, and I was like, I didn't cue you right. Oh well, who cares? Who gives a shit?
What you got?
Right now.
Nothing?
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure that in the movie Ladybugs, there is a deleted scene where Rodney Dangerfield is just hooking up with hookers, and the hooker's like,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
I thought you were going to say where after the Ladybugs team defeats the other team, the coach of the other team shakes Rodney Dangerfield's hand and goes,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
That's even better.
Yeah.
JT's got one. He's got one.
You got one.
That is ridiculous. So I was cross shooting my girlfriend, and the Beatles tour bus came and hit us. And we came to. I said,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
I will continue on with that theme and say after the first time I saw Herbie the Love Bug, I was totally a little confused, and then they made Herbie Fully Loaded, and I thought, Lindsay Lohan, finally.
Goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
Yeah.
When the Lakers got killed by the Hornets, they said,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man.
After the one time I saw Wasp in concert, I thought,
goddamn bugs whacked his chum.
I don't know how to top. Did you really see Wasp in concert?
No, nobody's ever seen Wasp in concert. They're just the greatest band that nobody's ever been to a concert of.
I don't want to try and top that. That's too good.
I think we got, guys, listen, hashtag it goddamn bug whacked us, Johnny.
The longest hashtag ever. You'll only be able to write 2 words after that in the tweet.
But you're welcome
because
in
of the character limit.
For all the hashtags. Cody, did you have fun on your first trip into...
It's a ton of fun, man. Yeah,
good,
it's a good time.
Good, yeah.
We were focused today.
We were nailing
quick question for you guys.
Go ahead,
Did any of
JT.
you guys see the sequels?
Hell no.
No.
I actually I fast forwarded through
Ben
this.
owns all 3 copies.
I did at one point. I don't know where they are now. I think somebody borrowed them. But I fast forwarded through the second one, and I remember it being real bad. Mm-hmm. And I heard the third one's decent. But
Let me tell you, I tried to watch the second one. It was so bad. By the end, I kind of just turned it off, and I was like...
Okay.
Yes!
Now let's rate this movie. This is a new thing we were trying to last week, but it didn't work. If you were going to give this on a scale of 1 to 5 Stallone yells, how many Stallone yells would you give this movie?
I'd go 4.5.
I feel like Oh,
that
wait.
was 5. You couldn't cut the fourth in
I
half.
was trying to cut that.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's my
okay,
bad,
because,
sorry.
I would go 5, because it's
I'm
like
gonna go 5
it's
Stallone
the
yells.
ultimate guilty. For me, it's like, it's perfect in its guilty pleasureness. So I go 5.
That was 4. You gotta play that. All right, I'm gonna also give this 5 Stallone yells with a 6th Stallone yell for the co-ed shower scene.
Yeah.
Yes. Guys,
I love how we just looked like John. If anybody hit mute on YouTube right now and just saw us going,
that's just America.
We look like children.
That's just America. And you guys remember, you're from Buenos Aires and you say kill 'em all. And the goddamn bugs come back.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all. Yeah!
So go out and treat your Tuesday like Johnny Rico would treat his and kill them all.
Maybe we shouldn't advocate that, actually. Maybe forget Josh said that. We mean like in a metaphor, like seize the day.
Seize the day, guys.
Like kill the metaphorical thing of the day. Struggles of the yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. At Josh Macuga, at Ben Begley, coming at The Real Cody Hall. We'll see you guys next time. What is your guilty movie pleasure?
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.